5 minutes on the clock. We're not actually public yet on Facebook. I have to quickly get in here and change it. For some reason, I don't know how to fix this, but when I go live on my page or my profile itself, it starts off as private, so kind of sucks, but it's all right. Share it out, guys. Share it out. If anybody's in the backstage, I'll pull you up real quick. Oh, Jimmy came back. Okay. Put us back in the...
I didn't leave it.
Oh. Happens. Let's see. Copy link. Share, guys. This is the share time. If anybody can help us out, I appreciate it. Facebook just got all messed up for me. Come on. Didn't even get to share into the groups yet. Almost there.
I shared to mine, Waylon.
Thanks.
I can't share. I'm in jail.
That's okay, buddy.
You're a little choppy there, man.
Are you on the Wi-Fi there, Jimmy?
Oh, no, I'm not. Hold on. Let me turn it on.
That could be it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Melanie will be here. She's running a couple minutes behind.
That's okay. We're having a super chill episode. Definitely not worried about it today. In fact, I'm going to continue sharing once we start. I even got the bong here next to me. Typically, I don't do a whole lot of that during the show, but tonight, we're trying to let loose. I have some other stuff that I want to talk about too, as far as some changes going forward. I've actually been getting into a bunch of podcast groups that are not just for sharing your podcast, but groups that are looking for guests, looking to be guests, all these networking groups that are podcast specific.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Okay, timer is up. get her started, boys. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to Thursday night. People in the boxes. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Okay. okay. Yeah. I ate some. I ate plenty, you guys. I have my Thanksgiving shirt on. I don't know if you can read it forwards here. Get big, get heavy, it says. I'm not sure how relevant it is, but it was funny. So tonight's episode, guys, we're having a super laid-back episode. Again, this is November 24th, 2020, everybody. Coming into the holiday season, so we had some reasons to do this, and we're going to maybe get into it. But otherwise, just a kind of relaxed episode, and, mental health is always a good thing to just kind of relax and talk about and share. So tonight, you guys, we have a couple people already in our boxes. We got Mr. Jason and we got Mr. Jimmy Mead. Hi, guys. How you doing?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hello, everybody.
So let me pull this out of your face, Jason. Okay, there we go. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. I know everybody's doing their holiday thing, and if anybody's just kind of bored, nothing else on TV, that's kind of why we're here. I wasn't, I didn't look up anything for this. I wasn't, we can still look some stuff up if we want to, but honestly, we're just going to relax and maybe have a session. And I did have a story to talk about that is pretty serious, and Jimmy and I both know somebody related to this story, so I'm not sure if he's going to make it in. He's kind of sick right now, so I'm going to send him a message here. But yeah, how was your Thanksgiving, Jason?
It was all right. A little bit different this year for me, going through a lot of personal issues and things going on, separation and everything, and going through divorce and stuff. So this was the first year is a little bit different for me, but I did see my mom, see some family members and stuff, and spent a lot. You guys know that I run the 427 time family. And I spent a lot of time with that family today. Got up at about 6 a.m. and was live almost all day long between the family pages and a couple other pages, just making sure to be there for people that needed it. People that need that little bit of extra.
Definitely. That's awesome, Jason.
And a lot of people right now, it's the hardest time of year for them. You're standing next to somebody in a grocery line and they're trying their damnedest not to break down. You don't know what they went through. You don't know what they went through last year. This might be the first year without their husband, might be the first year without their mother, might be the first year without their father, their kid. You have no clue what they're going through. So tonight's episode really hits home with me. I have seasonal depression really, really bad. I tend to climb in a hole, and it is truly my 427-10 family. It saves me. It saves me. The connection that I have made with my Facebook family, it's amazing.
It is, and I think you guys have something pretty unique there, and I know that you have future plans and things, and I'm excited for that. But I hopefully that it's all done in such a way that obviously too much growth too fast can be hurtful to a nice private community that you guys have.
Yep. That's one thing that we've always strived for too. It's not about the numbers. You got these Facebook community groups that 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 40,000, 100,000. We have 300, and I know every single one of them almost. on a personal level. I know their kids, I know their parents, I know what their jobs are, the personal connection that we have been able to make with this family page. And that's why we call it a family, because we have that personal connection. We know what's going on when somebody's sick, when this is going on. And, we have started things in our community that we are able to help. Right now we have our Secret Santa Fund going that we sign up for families to help support families during Christmas time, make sure everybody has a Christmas, make sure everybody had food on their table for Thanksgiving, and that's donations just from everybody in our group. It's just one thing we really, really want to push and strive is family is key. It doesn't have to be blood. Family doesn't have to be blood. We don't get to choose our blood. We don't, but we can choose the family and friends that surround us. So, and that's a big one with mental health. It is a huge, huge thing with mental health, guys. So,
I 100% agree with you.
I think with family, and I know this might get off topic, but I sometimes it bothers me how quickly some people like to say, you know what, I don't give a shit. I'll drop my family in a heartbeat and make a new one. I get the sentiment. I really do. And I'm not saying you're saying that directly, but I just mean, I like to think of it as I stay put in my section of, I'm a good person as far as my family is, how I want to be good to them. If they become nasty or someone in my family doesn't want to be around me, that's fine. I'm not going to then counteract by acting the same way in reverse. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Unless somebody does something directly to me, obviously there are things, but I just mean as family goes, like maybe I try to leave that door open as long as possible throughout my life.
One thing is though, we have to decide when is that point that it is you or them. When is it your mental health? Exactly. When is it? Unfortunately, I've had to wash my hands with a couple of blood relatives. It just, you get to that point where is it going to be better for my mental health to wash my hands and say, hey, you can't help somebody. You can only do so much, or is it going to be because we sit there and we try for years and years and years and make up all these excuses like, oh, this is just the way they are. I got to learn to deal with that. No, I'm sorry. They have to learn to deal without me because I'm a good person. I tried to stick through this. I tried to be there. You're going to learn to live without me.
So what you're describing is like I'm not going to go out of my way to get hurt by family, but I can be like a rock in my place, in my safe spot, my house, whatever it is. And if they ever want to actually reach out, that's fine. But to your point, yeah, you don't want to let anybody take advantage of you and let alone blood or history. A lot of times people have like, what's that sunken cost fallacy? There's a word for it. But anyway.
See, I understand mistakes happen. Don't wash your hands with a family member because of a mistake. If they are truly want to fix that mistake, if they truly want to work on themselves, if they truly feel, a regret, like, man, mistakes happen. We're human beings. We're human beings. We make mistakes. Don't wash your hands with somebody that wants to try to fix it, that wants to be there, that wants to, realizes like, hey, this was me too. I messed up. I fucked up too. Don't wash your hands with somebody like that. But a repetitive issue, a repetitive thing that always goes back to the same place, your mental health starts to take a toll.
Yeah.
How many times can I fix a broken person? How many times can I fix somebody that's not helping themselves? I
hear you. I'm going through that right now.
Right. I can pay somebody's bills, say your relative's bills to help them, but then on Friday they get paid. Saturday, all their money's gone because of bills. Sunday, they're coming to you to borrow money. But Monday, they got a couple ounces of weed, a few grams of dabs, a couple bottles of alcohol. Where did the money go? You just loaned them. Like, why am I taking away from my needs, my mental health to help you when you're not trying to help yourself? That's one thing that we have to really realize, because we keep saying oh, they're going to get better. Oh, they're going to get better. Oh, we can fix this. Oh, I can help you with this. Where do we draw that line for our own mental health?
Awareness. I think our own awareness that helps us to be more aware of those around us doing things to us or slash whatever, leaning on us maybe more than they should and stuff like that. It's hard to pull the plug when someone's so used to you what is the word? They're like dependent on you. That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I've had friends like that and family like that, so.
Yes. And I just, it's with tonight's topic, mental health, it's so huge. It is so broad, and everyday life affects it. Just tremendously affects your mental health. Walking outside, even people that can't, agoraphobia, and that can't leave their house, they don't want to go out. It's their mental health. They feel like the anxiety and the stress in the world is just too much. It's crushing on them. You got the spoon theory. You just don't have enough energy to do it. Sometimes you need 3 spoons to take a shower on one day. Other days you need 1 spoon. Some days you don't have them fucking spoons to be able to take that shower. You just don't even have the energy to do it. You want to stay laid up, curled up in a ball, and you don't know why. Mental health, it takes a toll. We have to talk about it. We have to have that awareness. Some of you guys know suicide hotlines. On hotlines, I wear a bracelet every single day that says you are not alone. It's a suicide hotline. There's hundreds of thousands of us every day that think about suicide. There's that number that have attempted it, that number that have gone through it.
I meant to call one and find. I forgot about that. But
thank you, Charlene, for the 50 stars. Much appreciated, honey. Thank Charlene, you very much for that.
And thank you for the sharing and the tagging, Charlene. I really appreciate you for that too.
Yes. Sorry, guys, in the comments. We started right off on a pretty serious topic, guys. Hello to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
It's a serious topic, guys. It is very, and it's dear and down to heart to a lot of people. A lot of people try to cover it up. They try to hide it, and we're not going to fake a mental depression. We fake being happy. We don't fake a mental problem. We don't fake depression. We don't want to be depressed. We don't want to have this anxiety. We don't want to have this stress. We want to be happy, but we fake being happy because we put on that mask. It's just something that we do.
Right.
It truly affects our daily routine, our mental health. It truly does affect that. Every day we put on a mask one way or another. Whether it's covering this up, covering that up, we're having a bad morning, but we still got to go out there. Our teachers, they get in an argument with their husband, their kids, whoever, first thing in the morning. When they walk into that classroom, they got to have a totally different mindset. They got to put on that mask like they're happy. Our doctors, what if our doctor was going into surgery pissed off, depressed, angry? I don't want him having surgery on me. But he has to put on that mask and learn how to black that stuff out that happens in his daily life. Our police officers, our firefighters, our first responders, our military. The depression is huge all the way around, but so many of us have to hide it. We have to bring awareness to it. We have to talk about it. It's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to go to counseling. It's okay to have group sessions. Men's sessions, women's sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about it. Let it out. Don't hold it in.
I think it's also okay to suggest, I wouldn't say solutions, but at least for us to sharing our experience right today. I want to share what helps me. It helped me out of depression. And I know we've talked about it before. One thing that's going to help me out here soon, if I can make light of it for a second, is that I'll be able to shave my face again here in a couple of days. What is it, like 4 or 5 more days now till the 30th? Jeez, man, you guys just can't. Oh man, I don't want to even tease it, but it'll be funny. It's going to be funny.
I was trying to do all of November, but I look so ridiculous with a mustache. I had to shave it off like a week ago. I was like, nah, I can't do
it. What's up, Jane? But back to my serious point. was the minute that I found something bigger than myself to put my energy and my time into, it started to lighten my load that was always worried about me and my issues and what I could have done better in my life and this and that. Melanie, hello.
That's what
Hi.
I have to do, Waylon. I have to take on something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and put all my energy into something, or I go into a black hole, especially every winter.
Mm-hmm.
You
But we
know?
kind of need that
Winter-
too, though. Melanie lives in California, and what I heard, this was probably years ago now, was that there's higher rates of suicide and depression in California in places such as that have a very similar weather all year long. And part of that is because they don't have a change or a something to look forward to, like the summer. Oh man, I can't wait till next spring. I'm going to be doing this and that and this. Like, so it's funny that you say that because we do get depressed in the wintertime. I know I do. It sucks out there.
Well,
But you do
it's
have that
called
inkling of
SAD.
hope. Yeah.
You guys have
Okay.
heard of SAD? Yeah, seasonal
Oh, okay.
Seasonal
anxiety,
affective.
depression,
Yep.
seasonal. What is it? It's called SAD,
Annual.
and that's a real thing.
Okay. We can look it up. I'll look it up. I got this. Well, y'all are
We don't get vitamin D. We're not out with other.
Oh, I was just gonna. That's exactly it. I eat
Yeah,
vitamin D every day during the winter.
Yeah, we're cooped up in the house. We don't do a lot of things that we love to do outside because we can't or we won't or whatever. And it really changes a lot of the things that we can do. So a lot of us will find ourselves sitting around fucking feeling like shit. That's why there's a lot more suicides. That's part of the reasons. It's not just the holidays, but seasonal depression.
seasonal affective
SAD
disorder.
affective. There we go.
Affective. That is not that. That would be like, I don't know when I would get to that word if I was guessing what the A was. Like, it would
Right,
take me
like
quite a while.
I just go sad. I don't know. It's one of the.
Sure.
You put in anything, but yeah. I mean, I know I feel it the second the weather changes, and it's more. Some of us have the body pain. It's more than that. It's literally lack of being able to get out.
It says it begins and ends at the same time.
Mhm.
What? How is that
See that?
possible?
I don't know what
Yeah.
that. Maybe like the same time every year.
It's
Seasonally?
seasonal, you guys.
Okay, so it seems okay.
Oh, yeah,
that's
right.
what yeah, same time every year. I'm laying there like, what? What do you mean? it
literally
starts and
called
ends?
He's like, so no one does it after like what day?
Like, what's the day that everybody starts?
Right?
How do you deal with it? What are two symptoms? Yeah. So
If my connection gets wonky or whatever, let me know because I'm on a hotel Wi-Fi.
you blipped out for a second, but you came back in like rolling like you just had never stopped. It was just perfect.
That's how I roll. That's how I do what I do.
New York has a higher level too. Yeah, I could see New York because of all the concrete. You don't get as much. You got to go to like Central Park and then you get mugged. Like, fuck.
But you
Well,
can
here
smoke
I
a,
know
you can
we
smoke a
have-
joint there.
Here we have really high. I mean, I know homelessness is a big thing everywhere, but literally right here, I can see 3 people. I'm in a good area. I can see 3 people just like in a tent, and that's got to affect a lot of that too, you know, because you can't acclimate to it. Not when people say, oh, it's California, it doesn't get cold. It's fucking 36 degrees tonight. It gets cold, you know.
Gotta have a tent cold. Yeah, it's not. You can't just sleep out in the open.
Yeah. So
Hi, Heather.
I don't have comments because on my phone. Hi,
I'll try to
Heather.
be better about them here. What's this,
Someone
Jeremy?
should.
Does it smell?
I don't even know what comments
Or
are
no,
on.
usually. Well, typically we're like have real information to go over. Tonight we're just trying to be, you know, happy holidays, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody coming in tonight. Real quick, while we got some people here, I want to let you guys know I am live right now on my locals account, but it's kind of just a test because It's just my box that's live on locals right now. It's just me, all you can see. But this is telling me though, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work this a little different next time, and I'm going to go live. We're gonna go live on StreamYard, but I'm going to use 2 computers, and I'm gonna share my screen of StreamYard onto my locals because it won't let me stream StreamYard onto locals. I can't. There's no link for it. Anyway, I digress. But I'm trying to get it over there because what I want to do is I'm going to start, especially for people in the boxes, we're going to have a quote after show or a uncensored section, and that's going to be on my locals page to where, because we can do anything we want there. I mean, besides donging, I don't think that's happening on locals. But other than that,
I'm out of there then. Fuck it. I'm not going.
Yeah, I don't.
Charlene said I was breaking up. Is it okay?
You sound fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just when you're walking around.
You were when you were walking.
Yeah, when you're walking around with your headset, it's just
Yeah, it's the one headphone. I left my good $13 ones at home.
it should be pinned, Jeremy. Is it pinned?
yeah,
What's
it's
up,
pinned there.
Curtis?
I got
Should
it
be
pinned
that-
on 3 different devices right now, so it's pinned there.
I try to pick. That's how I got in.
What's a skidoo?
Finally
You
seen
do.
it.
Oh,
I'm
A
just
ski-doo,
slamming that.
Waylon, not a
Yeah,
skidoo, a
a
ski-doo.
skidoo. I was wondering what that was too. That's why I switched to comments and I was like, "What's a skidoo?"
my mind
Skidoo
thought of
StreamYard.
several things. It was like, is
Yeah,
it a
I was
sad
like,
skidoo? What's a
skid-
sad skidoo?
Yeah,
No, it's not it.
Well,
nothing I thought of made sense.
I read it right, but I was like, is she really talking about a jet ski?
Right.
Right?
I
You're
remember
talking about
that
it being
Yeah.
fucking freezing.
The elephant show.
That's funny.
What? You guys don't remember the
Yeah,
elephant
that was
remember.
a
Oh, I
fearless
remember.
expression.
I remember. Quit showing our age. Come on now.
Oh damn.
All right.
Look
I'm gonna-
at you. It's because you like had you met Latchy and liked it.
So I got some pretty good pictures of my purple alien OG. Jason, I'll send you a picture later. It's looks pretty good.
So I'm really glad that you
Unless
said
you
that
wanna
right
walk 'em
there,
back.
Waylon. I did get a chance. I did research a lot of things, and like I said, anybody that is part of the 42710 family or the Smokers page or even the Waffle House, they know how big I stand on mental awareness and making sure everybody's good, making sure people are happy and just healthy and mentally happy. But gardening. That is one of the number one things to help with depression. Plant gardening, vegetable gardening, just working on it puts you in a zone and a relaxation. And people are like, oh, I'm not going to garden. I don't want to do that. And then they get started with just a little plant or
I think it's something
plants
about
or
earth.
3 plants.
I think it's something about literally getting down to earth, and just playing in the soil, and then to be able to see. You could be in the shittiest mood and you see something pop through that soil that you didn't think was going to come through, or you see a new baby come up or whatever. And
whether it's fruits,
that's the completion, and you didn't think you were going to be able to do it.
Yeah. And then one to add to that, because we were talking about the vitamin D in the wintertime, your grow lights, or if you have an indoor grow like Waylon does, them rooms are bright. The lumens inside them rooms, it's not the full vitamin D spectrum that you're supposed to get, daily, but it is brighter. You're in a brighter environment, so you're going to be happier. And you have a purpose. A lot of parents know that once their kids graduate from high school or graduate and move on, we feel like we lost our purpose because we're not having to do something every single day. When we retire from work, we feel like we lose our purpose because we don't feel like we have to do something every single day.
Trust me, that's how I was.
You're taking care of these plants. You're taking care of this garden. You're, like Mel says, you see these babies pop up. You have a purpose. You have to go and water them every day. You have to go and weed them every day. You have to feed them. You have to give them nutrients. You talk to them. Plants love the oxygen in the air, the CO2 from you guys talking. They strive off of it. So you talk to your plants, you sing to your plants. Gardening is a huge, huge thing to help with depression. And it doesn't have to be something massive. It could be just a little tabletop plant.
Thank you,
just gotta
Heather.
A
water
literal
every day.
Zen garden. A literal Zen garden with you could do the fucking sand and rock. It's just
I'm gonna come up.
it's peaceful. It's a peaceful little
Thank
thing.
you, Heather, for the 45 stars.
Yep.
Waylon really appreciates
Aw,
that.
thank
did
you.
tell
Really
her
helps out.
Thanks.
So do we
did tell her
split that
thank
by
you.
5? Is that how this works?
We most certainly can. Once it's more than like $10 a month, then we can most certainly can.
I'm kidding.
Most
kidding.
certainly. I'm not 100%. I actually talked to. I can digress for a second. I've been accepted to a bunch of podcast groups that are along the spectrum. Some of them are about you promoting yourself, but not about you just sharing your live stream into it. So it's more about actual interaction. And then there's others that are
Congratulations
like
on that.
75,000 people in some of these. Like there's crazy like amounts of.
Nice.
And it gets now I'm starting to find this whole new realm of scammer. Okay. People that are inboxing you, wanting you to pay them for like all sorts of things, production, editing, making show notes, all sorts of stuff. I had this guy that I couldn't pronounce his name messaging me. And the first thing I say is I don't have any money yet. And then this one guy's, well, hit me up when you do have some money. And like, sure, bud. Sure, you'll be the first one I remember.
Yeah, you're not here now, but I'll just when I get money, I'll keep you.
Right.
I'll keep your number. Got you, bro. Fuck out of here.
So
a lot of people did see the new feature though on the Facebook Lives. So you do have a moderator feature now. You press a button and you can make anybody in your live a moderator, so they can take care of the comments and maybe watch out for any spam or anything. So it's definitely going to be coming about more often. You're going to see a lot of people taking advantage of that a lot more now.
I don't see that button.
You don't have
Not
that
everybody
field?
has it yet. We just got it like 2 days ago, and it was
So
like
it's
he
a
was like, I don't
field
want to
with a
touch
check
it.
mark in it. It's a shield with a check mark in it, and you can set anybody that is in your comments area or on that live as a moderator. So they can sit there in the background and make sure nobody's bullshitting comments, nobody's trying to drop spam links. You can talk about whatever. They can sit there and answer all the comments. Yeah, it's a nice little feature.
I'm a pop in.
In theory, we haven't used it yet. But in theory.
Yeah, in theory, it's going to be a great feature. It's going to be a great feature, like the mute button. I think the mute button is an amazing feature, but the person running the live should be able to control the mute buttons.
Shit, I forgot I could make this bigger. Hi, Jennifer. I was like, I thought that was you down there, but I couldn't read it because it was like all tiny. And then I just went to zoom in. I was like, oh shit, I can read.
Yeah, they can make it bigger.
I'll just put my first name. Screw it.
I hit the streaming timeout.
Cup of coffee and I think of tea.
What does that mean?
On locals. So I have the free version, and of course they want you to pay to have more amount of streaming. So I must have hit it. It must be like a half hour or something. That's right. I think I tried that before. So that was a test. This has only been a test.
So that was 30 some minutes and that was it?
That was it, because I don't pay for it. So, and again, we talked about this the other day. It's because they don't have ads all over the app. There's no ads anywhere. So it's a good service. It's going to pay. I pay for my email.
Well, yeah, but you don't get shit in your email.
That's why I pay for my email.
You don't get shit in your email. Let me show you my email today. I tried to clear it out this morning, and already just today, probably over 100, 150 bullshit emails.
I still get some spam, like when I choose that I can clean it out. But what I don't worry about is I don't worry about my stuff being sold as metadata to help other companies. All that stuff, it doesn't happen with those. So anyway,
less likely to happen, I would say. I wouldn't say it doesn't.
Oh, okay, you're right.
But I would let's go with less likely. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things that.
Did you ever get a VPN?
I have one.
Oh, you do. VPN's what because a VPN, it doesn't track anything. So anything you do, it erases immediately. And you can set it to say you're in Australia if you want. It's
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used
it's
to have
definitely worth a couple bucks. Now
was
that
a
Caden got the new
traveling-
computer, I think we're gonna have to get that. 'Cause,
I used to have a traveling VPN that put you like wherever you want in the world.
mhm. Yeah, you can watch Netflix from other countries, all that
Yeah,
other
exactly.
shit. Like,
Yeah. That's how it worked. You'd be
Yeah.
able to watch things before it came on over here or after.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
He didn't even. So, Jimmy, I'll just say it's Jake is who's supposed to be coming on, and that's who requested this and this topic, and he says, "Oh shit, you were doing that today?"
Hey, Jason, can you send this link to Jake Puffington? I don't know that he knows we're over here, and he was messaging me about something.
Jake
Please and
Puffington.
thank you. Yeah, I love that last name.
I was gonna say, did I hear that right? Is that
I only
Again?
wish it was real because I know it's not. It can't be real.
right? There's so many. Like, but Macy's last name supposedly is actually Buds.
Is it Bud?
No
Mhm.
Hi,
way.
Ken.
You
Really?
don't think
That's
so?
pretty
what
awesome.
she said. I mean, she said it to me in person. Like, I don't have any reason to not believe her.
I don't know. I mail y'all a lot of stuff. I mail stuff out, so I know who's using fake names.
Oh, that's funny.
So I will never tell.
Cheers, everybody. Mental Health Thursday.
Cheers.
Mental health.
Hey, roll one
It's
up.
such a broad topic, I know, and that's why I didn't want to go into any specifics on any categories. But we did have Jake says in 15 minutes or so he'll be able to come up, and we did have a pretty tragic thing happen, and he wants to make some awareness about it. So Charlene,
You're pushing
Yes, it
the
is.
line, Waylon, and nobody else
People
doing
have
it.
asked for plenty of time.
So cheers to that. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the topic we're at? We're on healthcare based just in general.
Awareness.
mental health awareness.
Oh, mental
yeah.
health. Okay, health. Okay.
We did do healthcare last week, so it is pretty similar. But
Well,
hey,
some of the things I would have shared last week actually would go better this week because I was at a trauma emergency room, and that's kind of where they bring everybody homeless. The police bring everybody there. The helicopter goes there, and when I said I had fucking stories from that night, it was we're gonna go 9 out of 10. All 9 out of 10 of them were all mental health, and I watched them all be treated in.
Sorry, could you
respectful.
mute yourself when she's talking, just so that way,
Oh.
just while you're coughing.
I thought you were talking to
Guys.
me. I was like, I'm sorry.
Well, I want to tell everybody that because you may not know that you have a mute button, so there's a mute there. I just want to make sure because
Everything's
some
big
of
and
us.
small.
I don't want you to hold it in either, so just go ahead and hit the mute button and just cough it out.
Breathe,
Sorry,
please
Mel.
breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did mute.
You did.
they I saw them deal with them, and I watched. I've been in the emergency room enough.
My daughter's quiet.
Okay. I have chronic pancreatitis, so I'm kind of a frequent flyer. But this was the most patient I've seen the staff this time, and they had to deal with one lady was literally asking me for a drink of her water, and she was like, I just want to ride home, and they're like, we don't give rides home. And then she's like, well, I want to see a doctor. And it was just, I was there 8 hours, and she was still there when I left, waiting for a ride home or to see a doctor. It was just, one guy clearly had mental health issues, if not age related issues.
Sure.
When I was outside, he wheeled himself out to his van. His wife was in the room. I didn't know what he was doing. And on his way back, he stopped to say hi. He didn't have his slippers on, and I happened to look down, and there's a puddle of fucking blood. And then I don't see a toe. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's your toe?
Holy shit.
I was like, sir. And then I noticed enough to notice that it had been amputated, but obviously recently. And he didn't know. he didn't know, and we went in, and his wife was treating, like, he started acting like a 5-year-old. He was, get me the fuck out of here, you know, he's screaming, and she's like trying to be so patient with them. And she was, you're 76, not 5 years old. You know, you could tell they've been together forever. And he ended up getting admitted, and she left, and I was, you know, everybody's like, good night. She thanked me for helping. I'm like, yeah. And while I was being treated, he tore up the room, and he was escorted out without his wheelchair because she took the actual wheelchair. He got out of his bed, tore up that whole room because he wanted attention, and started calling everybody every name. So they checked him out. But I watched them. I feel like the staff at the hospital is starting to get a little better, more patient with dealing with it, because I've watched them just fucking boot them out immediately before. Just immediately, if you yell or scream or whatever. So,
you know, with that right there, unfortunately,
some areas,
society to me has taught me that we failed that man.
Oh yeah,
he was probably a veteran. He was probably.
I wanted to get up
at one point in time,
you know,
and we failed that man.
You know me. You know me. I had I was having a pancreas attack, you guys, and I was outside sneaking a cigarette. Saw this man fucking bleeding profusely. I mean, and I was like, "Where's your wife? You know, what's her?" I knew she was inside. I was like, "What's her name?" I fucking ran in there. You know what I mean? It's that run into fire for me. It was like, you know, this man's. I'm hurting, but this man's like fucking bleeding out right now, and he's yelling about he needs another transfusion. I don't know what this man's been through, you know. And then all I kept thinking was, she gets a break for the night when she went home.
Yeah.
Because she is obviously 100% the caretaker. He's not going to listen to anybody else, and that's where it becomes sad for me with health. Because then she had to come back and get him.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is sad.
Let's talk like temporary lapses in mental health. Like, have you ever been, let's say, at a store or at the hospital, and they're just giving you the runaround, like you're at like a place where there's salespeople trying to just like get at your money, and they just want to, you feel yourself getting amped up. What do you guys do for yourselves so that you don't escalate? And like for me, like I breathing is a big thing, and I'll try to like take a break, take a step back, and count. Not out loud, obviously, but I'm just like, you know, give myself a 10
1,
count.
2,
Put my nose in the corner. I go up to the corner. They're just like, what is
he turns around, he's like, I need a minute.
What is he doing here?
You're a bigger man than I am, because I don't go places like that.
Right, me too.
I used to be a tire sales, tires and like, you know, brakes and alignments and all stuff at Sears Auto. And people will call you a liar. And
like, I don't know, like interaction with people, because you're maybe not a people person, but like I said, you've interacted with people and you know how to deal with that. Like some people don't. Some people can't go out in the public and do that. They just can't. There's like,
right.
Because of not knowing. It's not because I don't experience the same thing. It's because of what I'm talking about right now. Is there are techniques to try and diffuse your, because I've been like, you know, red hot, ready to go, you know, and if I've always been the kind of person that it's like, I am not going to throw that first punch, because of like, in my head, I'm thinking that's going to make you less apt to be in like the aggressor in the situation, you know, like legally. But honestly, it doesn't really matter if two guys are going at it at the bar or something, you're both going to get arrested. Right.
Well, I feel like my son has autism. So, you know, for almost 20 years, I've had to try to bring him out of exactly what you're talking about. And it's the overstimulation and all that other stuff. So you really have to.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, go on.
You were saying, I misunderstood what he was asking. I thought he was saying, how do you de-escalate yourself when you go to seek for help? And like the treatment place is trying to sell you service.
Oh, I see.
He's like, no, you don't.
Is
Sage
that
is
how you
like
took it too, Jason?
no wonder he's like,
Basically,
whoa, what the fuck? No, yeah.
no, just
No,
like when someone
so like
pisses you off in public, I guess is the
yeah.
simple way
So
to say
and
it. I
I'm
don't know.
still trying to teach him that, and he's 20, or almost. And he's a big kid. He's 6'2", a couple 100 pounds. He's a big boy.
I try to take a deep breath and kind of step
That's
back and get out of the situation. But
Have a good night,
sometimes I end up going
have a good
off.
night, Jen. Well, see, we have to remember,
Yeah.
and I know, and it's like, I know it's really hard, but we have a 4-second reaction time. If we can take 4 seconds,
Yeah, just to
what
think
we are
about
going to do and say will change it.
it and think
Because
about it
how many
and think
times are you
about it.
halfway through cussing someone out going, you're like, I didn't have to do that. So I think that is very important. Take a second, take it in. And
Well, just think about what you say and what you do. I mean, that
yes,
just goes. That's just I don't know, rule of thumb.
Well,
I guess.
what you mean is
What you're gonna
you're
do.
going to say common sense, right? But that's not.
Not
It's
that
only
kind of
common
sense.
sense if you remember to do it. Like that's the thing.
No, I just said you should just think about what you're gonna do say before you do them.
I just think a
Good.
lot of
Yeah,
it's
I usually tend to try to
but
do
see,
that with every conversation.
Mm-hmm.
but that's when impulse control comes in. And my son with his autism doesn't have much. So, it's a totally separate. Yeah,
That's
there's
true.
a lot involved there.
I didn't think about that.
Next to me. I just lit a joint. Get away from me.
Well, that's where road rage comes in. Everything. It's an impulse.
Yeah.
You're standing in the grocery line and something happens because you're running late. It doesn't mean we're a bad person a lot of times. In my past, I did have anger issues. I was a yeller. I was a screamer. I didn't fight or anything, but I yelled. My road rage was horrible, horrible. But when you're able to get a little bit more control, and I believe I started out the episode like this with, we don't know what other people are going through either. So if everybody can learn to de-escalate the situation, to de-escalate yourself, de-escalate whatever it is, it just makes it all move a little bit smoother.
And also realize that we are reacting with our own emotions. We do that. It's especially like with text messages. We are going to read that message in the mood we're in. It could say, "Hey, I want to talk to you," and if we're in a shit mood, it may be like, "What the fuck?" If we're in a good mood, it'd be like, "Hey, let's talk." So it's our perception, and I think our emotions get into that. So it's really hard to separate all that stuff.
Yeah, people misunderstanding text is a big issue too. There, I mean,
yeah.
Because there's no body language to read. There's and if you are having a bad day, you're gonna misinterpret a message.
I've been sending more voice messages because of that.
Yeah,
right, because you don't. There's no affect. You don't have affect when you're talking. Or
sincerity in text. You can't show somebody sincerity in a text.
You guys are both right. It's just emotion. There's no, you can't convey like inflection in your voice and emotion. And but yeah. So Jake,
where'd he go?
Jake. So Jake had a bit of a family tragedy, and he wanted to talk about it, but I think he'll be right back. It looks like he was having trying to get set up.
Willie, even I texted you the other night, and you sent me back a voice text or whatever. And like, if you just said that in a text, that probably sounded a little less genuine. But when I actually heard you say it, it kind of like relieved me and stuff.
Yeah, when I said "fuck you," it was like you're like, "Oh, okay, I really feel what he means there."
I love you too, bro.
Oh, there he is. Hold on. Jake is he's sporting the Ravens beak oddities art.
There's more people out here walking their dog.
Hi, Jake. Can you hear us?
What's up?
What's up, man?
Can
you hear me?
I
can hear you.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
yeah,
you were kind of frozen for a second for me, but
Yeah, I have a bad connection. That's why I backed out. And you feeling a little bit better.
Good. Yeah, Jake has been sick. Are
It's
you
a
sure?
little low, but I can hear him.
I'll turn him back up. He was super loud when he came on earlier, so I turned it down. But anyway, you said, was it COVID?
No, I think it's just the flu. It felt like fucking COVID though.
Wow, do we have that big of a lag for you? Well, all right. Well, let's get to it. I don't want to. It seems like we might lose you any second. So, not to put you on the spot, buddy, but so was it your cousin that had passed?
Yeah, my cousin. I guess it was last Saturday. Ended up doing suicide by police.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry, brother. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
He battled pretty hard with mental health issues, so.
That's sad, bro. I'm sorry.
So, you're sure that's what had happened, or did he just do something to get
It was
shot?
It was guaranteed.
Premeditated.
That's what it was.
Okay.
He did what he had to get shot. Yeah, it was
see.
Pretty much premeditated.
Hi, Sarah.
He didn't have it in to do it himself, and he knew that was the only way he was going to go out. And when you wave and
Maui
fire a gun, and the police going to happen.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry, man. That's not just a death in the family. You know, that's a bit of that can be a bit of a shakeup.
Huge tragedy.
You know?
Yeah.
Hello, Sarah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's really sad that anybody feels that they need to go to that length.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. Like it's almost like you can't do it yourself, so you want to let it happen. Because, like, you know, I think a lot of us have had low moments. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I've had moments where I thought there was no reason for me to be here. You know, so I never planned out anything, you know, to do, but you know, it was there. But once like Jimmy and I were talking about, I found something to work towards, something that was, and family can be a big one. Family, obviously, I had a son, and that's a big thing to turn around, make myself sort of power through, right? But not just.
See, for me, that's
go ahead.
Why I was suffering with pancreatitis, and at the time, literally suffering. And my husband had passed just a year before. So my son is sitting here every day, literally voicing to me, "You're going to die. You're dying. You're dying. I'm not going to have a parent. I'm going to be an orphan." And it got in my head. And then the suffering got to the point where, you know, I mean, this has been 9 years I've been doing that, going through pancreatitis. But for the first 4 years, it was just, you know, here, take pain patches and do this and do that. And nobody even wanted to know what was happening. And then when they did and they found out what it was like, fuck it, maybe I am dying, you know, but I still couldn't get help. And I was 42 pounds less than I am now. I still couldn't get help. And I truly thought it would be best for him. I really did. I thought it would be best for him to, at the time, to move with his father's sister and the family, because I don't have family, and for me to just
I want you to understand
go away.
From a personal aspect. I don't know if you know what it is like to lose your mama. I do. It's not the greatest fucking feeling in the world.
Yeah. For me, it was almost to end. It was almost to end his suffering. You know.
Right.
And up until then, I always looked at it as a selfish, weak, pussy move. You know, well, that's the easy way out. I've always looked at it until I was like, no, I want to do this to end my son's suffering, you know, and it was like, but here I am. That'll never happen. That was years ago.
Do you guys ever do anything to relax? Anything besides cannabis? Like what's
Oh yeah, man. I do when I'm having a real bad night. I'll jump in the car and drive a couple 100 miles.
Wow.
I watch my favorite show, People in the Box.
And drive.
Yeah, you watch
I'm
your
going
favorite.
and cuddle up with my horse over here. As you seen a
Brings
minute
me
ago.
down.
What'd you
I
say,
need an
Melanie?
episode. I
I'm
need
gonna
an
try to get
episode
in
of
with
People in
my-
the Box.
That's
Leave me
right.
alone. I need to decompress, and then I just watch one of those, and I'm good.
Or I play guitar.
See, that's yeah, music. I wish Jason's getting
guys-
a guitar.
I got a
You got
guitar actually.
Oh yeah.
I watch
did
murder
get a guitar.
documentaries.
Oh,
There, maybe I won't lag out so much.
we
I
could
don't
play
know, I
together,
don't-
Jason.
Got the harmonica there, Waylon?
I haven't played this in like weeks.
Hey, the harmonica's awesome. That was always been like one of my favorite like instruments. It always has been.
I tend to my plants and do art when I need to get away from shit.
Right. I do art too.
Well, that's
play
where it
video
comes in
games.
earlier, where we were talking about the gardening too. You know, the gardening really helps.
Oh,
Yeah.
plant therapy is
Plants
very
and stuff,
real.
you know, that's a really big one with that. And cleaning. I mean, I sit here. I got over 100 bongs, 100 dab rigs, pipes. And I have a very large collection, a lot of glass, and I will sit here for 4 hours and just clean them. You know, I won't do nothing else. I'll just shut down and I'll just be like, yep. And
I watch murder documentaries. The fucking more real. And Jason came here and he's like, oh, I could watch one of these, and I was like, it's just about insurance fraud, and I was like, I walked out and came back, and he's like, did you see what the old lady murdered all these people?
this lady was like 80 years old and went through
I don't watch
and murdered the
insurance
whole
fraud
town.
Yeah, she was my neighbor.
Come in and file their taxes and not
That
walk
was
back
weird.
out.
Wow.
But yeah, he
or insurance. They would come in to get insurance and not make it back out. Like this
for
lady.
For me, it's because that's
Crazy
real.
shit.
You know, it brings me, that's real, and whether it's, you know, good, bad, disturbing, whatever, it is real. So I'm not watching fantasy stuff, and so that is my decompressing. You know, it's
I build houses to get rid of my stress.
Working with your hands and completing a project definitely makes you feel good, doesn't it?
I know it's my job and that's what I get paid to do, but it's just like what I like to do. Like right now, if I was really dark outside, I'd just rather be out building the fucking house. That's what I like doing.
Completing 4 waffles in a 24-hour span would complete me today, in case anybody is wondering.
Jeremy, I want to give a big shout out though. I want to pause real quick. Jeremy's in the 42710 family, and I know Jeremy on a personal level, and he has huge triggers. Huge triggers. There's certain topics that we can't talk about, you know, in Jeremy's realm because it triggers him and gets him upset and stuff. Buddy, I want to give you a huge shout out for coming up here tonight and listening to this, because I know
I'm surprised.
This is a big one for you.
I am surprised, especially after yesterday.
I got chills. I got goosebumps. You know.
Yeah, we got into a pretty deep conversation
for people to talk about it sometimes
on the show, and he was like, "Can we please stop?" You know, and we did stop, but it was basically this. We talked a lot about this, a lot about, you know, suicide, and like that, and mental health, and it is hard.
I want to give you a big shout out, brother. It takes a lot for people to talk about it, for people to recognize it, for people to bring it to the surface and be able to deal with them triggers.
How change starts right there.
Yep.
That's how change starts.
I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. I trust you guys. Yep. So that's the thing. Like I told Waylon, I like listening to what he has to say or what he has to talk about. You know, I just like listening to him. So, and I respect you guys. So that means a lot to me.
Your family, Jimmy.
It's awesome.
Who the fuck is Jeremy is family. If anybody wants.
Well, we know what
This motherfucker never met me, barely knew him online. I had to go emergency to help another family member at Florida. Picked me up in his van, had my name on the side of the van, had the 420 family on the side of the van. It was fucking amazing. Had my medicine waiting for me at the fucking airport.
I don't need an introduction.
Never met him before, you know, and people are like, how are you getting here? And I was like, I got it. Jeremy's picked me up. And everybody on the page goes, who the fuck is Jeremy? And that is who the fuck is Jeremy, right? He is the guy that came through and comes through when you need him. You know, he's a good person.
That's all that needs to be said. There didn't need nothing else. No publicity or nothing.
What do you guys think?
I know Nate takes a lot to talk about mental health, and to be able to sit through a session with all types of triggers, that's a lot. That's respect.
Well, I try to keep it respectful on here, and you guys would help me with that if you ever needed to. I'm sure if we had anybody disrespectful on here. Now, sometimes, you know, obviously we get excited about the topic and we might talk over each other, but a few seconds. It's not like we all erupt into a, you know, unruly mob or whatever.
Comes in talking at a dinner table. We're sitting around a dinner table having conversations. We're not going to sit in dead silence and wait. Okay, it's your turn to speak. All right, kids, it's your turn to speak.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, this is what they do in therapy groups. This is a therapy group. You guys may not want to call it that or realize it, but we're sharing experiences.
I mean,
learning from each other.
Works. It doesn't have to be qualified as that, but whatever works. I mean, it works for me. Does it work for you? I mean,
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified therapist. But this is a therapy session. This is a pure brand therapy session.
You guys help my soul. You help my well-being. You help my everyday life. I have something else to think about other than bullshit.
Bullshit life.
It is group therapy. What do you guys? Let me address real quick. I have some taste testers coming over. I'm gonna try out my homegrown. So,
what are we testing?
Well, see what people think of my beautiful babies that so much love.
Are they the boneless ones?
Yeah, they're all boneless. They're all boneless.
Boneless baby.
I found a few bones.
You have people coming to taste your boneless baby.
I mean, are we talking about? I'm using that reference to reference beans in my head.
Oh well, that is one way that you could reference it. The other boneless babies usually go down a throat.
So, but let me ask you. Yeah, that's fine, Michaela. No problem. So let me ask you guys.
Like Melanie's here.
What do you guys think about unplugging, technology-wise? I know we are all very plugged in.
I've got definite opinions on this.
I think it would crush fucking America as you know it.
No, I don't mean that.
To me, I think that's the only saving grace to humanity is if all the power went out and it didn't come back on.
You guys remember a year and a half ago when Facebook went down, Instagram went down, Twitter went down? I was dancing. I was like, fuck yeah. My phone's gonna stop. Like we had a good 18 hours of
thousands of messages. What is going on? Why can't I get on Facebook? I don't know what I'm going to do. Where's the group? Where's Facebook at? I can't get on Instagram. I can't get on Twitter. I can't see my tweet. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I'm sitting here laughing.
Let me roll over and ask Duck right here. What are you doing?
You wouldn't be seeing any of that.
America.
Right. But you know why you were dancing? It's because everyone's was down, not just yours. If it was just
right,
yours,
no, I was dancing because I got peace and quiet for a few hours. That's me personally and what I do. But that's
like solid.
That was only with one page. There's 3 now.
Right.
That is kind of funny though that you say that though, because Waylon says everybody's was down, so we were happy about it. But when it's just ours and we can't log in.
Oh, for sure.
You get frustrated and irritated. Now,
I agree 100%
with a unplugging. We call it decompressing.
I mean, on an individual
we'll be on the phone or whatever, and it'll be like, okay, guys, it's time to decompress.
But you can still get a hold
don't call me, don't message me,
whenever you need to.
tag me in anything, I'm decompressing. I'm done. I'm not even surfing Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, none of that. I go into probably Disney Plus and watching some cartoons.
But listen, the thing that only that proves to me is that if you want to get a hold of somebody, you call them, or you text
And
them.
you know what? I pushed that
at the
because my
fucking
whole
house.
thing to people was, it's just
Because that's
Facebook, you
love.
guys. This
Checking
is
up on
an app.
somebody.
Yeah,
that
if
ain't
you've made your
fucking-
connections, make them in real life, because this is an app and this can disappear today, tomorrow.
it can-
And I swear that
yeah,
happened and everybody freaked out. And I was like, if you haven't exchanged phone numbers or other ways to get a hold of each other, do it.
exactly.
Like, that's
Exactly.
just to show you. And I get it that
That's
some
it.
people, that's the only way they can reach some of their family. I get it. And I feel for them.
Well, understand this is only an app, and we are we are people who, I mean, we're family, so you should do that. You should do these things. You should check up on
Yep.
people.
Yep.
I
But
mean,
that's what I
I was
mean.
going
If
for- I was
Facebook
going
goes
for
down,
what?
Messenger
for
goes
2
down,
weeks.
Instagram goes down, these are apps. Like,
I was going for 2 weeks off Facebook, and I know how many people are fucking checking up on me. Like that just goes to show, like, this ain't just like
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's a connection to a lot of people, that you normally wouldn't connect with.
and well, a lot of people, it's their
But
own,
the-
a lot of people are shut-ins. We have a lot of people that are agoraphobic, and they get, this is their only source to other people. So
yes,
you
it's
learn to
definitely
rely on
out to a lot of people. But like, it's beyond that with me, because like you just said,
I'm gonna
I
mute
picked
myself.
you from the damn airport. You didn't know me from nobody. You didn't know me from damn Adam. And even Doc told you, like, I don't trust this guy.
I had people tell, they were like, do not get in the car with this person. You don't know him. Like, we only knew each other for like a month on the page, if that. And
then like a month later, Doc even told me online. He was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I judged you, and I'm sorry."
I told him how proud I was of him for doing that. I was there that day. I told him I was really proud of you.
That made me feel like a whole new person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I was proud of him.
I'm here. I have something to show you though. I got these seeds. I was wondering if you wanted them.
Duh.
They're apple seeds.
Some of us will take them.
Jason can grow them. I can't.
Actually, I thought about it.
Appleseed.
Growing a small, like it's keeping it pruned and.
Jason Appleseed. See what I did there?
But, if you bury it to a certain depth, Waylon, it'll become a dwarf tree.
Well, if you get enough of them, you can make some arsenic, and you can
Yeah.
Did you say boil? Did you say boil it? What'd you say, Jake?
Bury it to
Bury
a certain depth. It'll make it a dwarf tree.
Well, that was sudden. Did they say something?
Either that, or it'll make it very large.
Yeah, there's a fine line between making it super huge or a dwarf with your berry.
Right. That's why they graft orchard trees.
Mm-hmm.
Is because you can't tell. Well, just like weed, what phenotype you're getting in that seed.
I'm gonna be off camera.
Moose.
I'm here, just off camera.
So you're.
But getting back to what I was saying, I really think that's the only way that humans can become humans again, man, is to get rid of all the technology.
That's gonna be rough. I don't know. It's integrated into our everyday life, though.
Yeah.
All of it.
Well, I'm saying like all of it crash. I mean, have none of it. I'm not talking just computers and apps. I'm talking no electricity. Period.
Well, people wouldn't know what to do. Half of our people would die.
I mean,
it would be chaotic, and a lot of people would die.
Yeah.
But are you thinking about yourself or the big picture of humanity?
Yes, okay, but there's a couple things going on. You'd have a smaller population, which would be easier to deal with in the first place,
right?
But that's just population control, which can be done either way. So, are you saying that with this same number of people on the planet,
and no technology, we could still survive. I don't think we could handle this number of people without the tech. You know what I mean? So what you're saying is
I'm not saying at all that it wouldn't be chaotic and people wouldn't die.
I mean, after that though, like what if when they start to grow up again, like the population rises up to this level again? I don't think it would be sustainable because we would have.
Why wouldn't it be?
I think.
Why wouldn't it be? There's lots of people. There's lots of people out in the world that still know how to live that way.
Right, but that's because they can live so far away from other like tribes.
I think unfortunately they would try to start over again, and we would end up making the same mistake again.
Yeah, I think we have. Jimmy and I have talked about this
actually,
times.
You know, a lot of Native American shamans believe that we are on our sixth evolutionary cycle of technology. That humans have created great technology 5 times previous and destroyed themselves.
It all sounds good and looks great on
the technology, the
but in all reality, it's all fucked.
All right, well, anybody else, guys? I got another show that I got to get to. So I do want to say thank you to everybody. Everybody, you know, it takes a lot to come up here and talk about mental health. It takes a lot, you know, and but if we bring awareness to it, that's the best thing we can do. Bring awareness to it. Just talk about it. You know, don't be scared because your neighbor has it, your cousin has it, your uncle has it, your mom, your dad. Exactly. You know,
or because your mom or dad told you that everybody has it and it's not real. A lot of us, I feel like,
it's real.
It's
real. Bring attention to it.
Believe in the words mental health.
I think Melanie hit on something awesome though, which was that this is a form of group therapy. You know, what does the therapist do in that setting but be like a ringleader by going, okay, who else wants to speak?
Like, get paid for this dumb shit.
Right.
Hey, at least we're all taking home.
Hey man, might have a new show idea here. Yeah. Waylon's therapy hour.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one, everybody.
Thanks, guys. 42710 family, everybody. If you like those waffles, get in on those waffles, man. They got all those good deals, and they got a lot of interesting new little things. Mostly smoking, I believe they related, but yeah.
Yep. 42710 apparatuses and.
I don't even see Melanie.
Ink. 42710 ink now. It's gonna be
ink, yeah.
The whole
pretty much. I also have to go to the other show, so I will see you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
I didn't get to catch the whole show, but did you guys talk about hallucinogenics with use of
depression?
Yeah,
we have before, but I mean,
because my cousin was actually taking ketamine infusions, like straight ketamine infusions. Fucking
wow! I heard about that shit, and I was really upset about it because, like, I was like, as a child, like, people were abusing these things. So
I heard about those.
When they start coming out with like, oh, you can do this with ketamine and shit, and I'm like, crazy as fuck.
Well, this was actually done at the hospital by a doctor. Like straight injections into his veins and shit.
How far does that actually like make you believe? I mean, as far as I can.
I don't know. They've done it for decades over in France and Germany and European countries. Ketamine, MDMA.
Yeah. Gotta let the dog out. Be right back.
There's a lot of places. There's places in St. Louis that are starting to do stuff like that as experimental. And my cousin's was.
I guess I would believe more in.
Get in on.
I'd believe more in like mushrooms and stuff like that than like microdosing or maybe even LSD than ketamine, because ketamine's like it's a fucking goddamn
tranquilizer. A big cat tranquilizer, yeah.
Tranquilizer. I mean, that doesn't seem like helpful.
It would put them in a 6-hour K-hole.
Well, like mushrooms, which are like natural and like actually like I don't know if you ever heard of
I'm a believer in that. I stand there with you. I think that healing should come from nature and not chemicals.
Natural. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's natural.
And with the mushrooms, it's for real. I've done both. I've done macro dosing to get rid of depression, and it works. And it works for a while. And I've microdosed for
I mean,
energy levels
I don't know
and
much on, I
depression.
don't know much on the whole subject. I'm just putting my 2 cents in. However, like I really don't know. I ain't never microdosed. I used to take mushrooms and shit, and that's how I like pretty much figured out who the fuck I was. I guess. Like I think.
Right.
Like at that point, like I knew who I was and I knew what I believed in and shit like that. Like there would be no other time in my life that I could like tell you like this is how it was gonna be. No, there's not. I'd be lost.
Right. Totally get it.
Come here, boy. Come here, Duke.
Still am lost.
This is another thing that helps my mental health. Come here, Duke.
So am I, dude. So am I, Tammy. I think we all are. That's why we're here together on this show, man.
This guy right here.
Yeah, my dog's my best friend too.
I know he doesn't have a whole lot more time to go, but give him his pills.
You keep saying that, and I'm like that.
He's just gonna keep
That dog
outliving
is
me.
so cute and seems like he has so much energy. How is he?
It's because his heart is twice the size as it should be.
Oh, okay. He's such a cute dog, though, man.
He has a heart murmur, and that keeps him fluid flowing backwards through his heart into his lungs.
You gotta love your dogs.
Or what?
Or what?
Oh.
I start talking, and then everybody else.
I was talking to the wife. So.
I was messing with I was just kidding. Yeah, no.
We just had a really great conversation while you were gone about.
I listened.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a great conversation.
I couldn't respond because my mobile mic isn't on my headset right now, but this mic looks better. I like this mic better. It sounds better.
Right.
But the other one I could actually get up and move around. But anyway, thanks for stopping through, guys. I know it's a holiday. A lot of people are busy, and I want to start saying things like this. There's going to be a giveaway. It's going to be a free giveaway at the end of this episode, you guys. And then when you get to the end of the episode, we'll say, look, we gave away a wonderful conversation, introspective thought, and intelligent,
like I said, there was
wonderful entertainment.
There was all prizes. We all took something home from this.
We all, yep. Jennifer,
you know what I'm saying?
Jennifer gave
good
us
conversation is taking something. Is taking something from the conversation.
Exactly. That's the part of this is that I get every episode. I get something out of it. And this is a good refresher because we did a lot of episodes that are similar somewhat, but not a general one like this. And this is more like let's get ready for that holiday season, guys. If you got a place where it's getting cold, get ready for that. Just remember there's a light on the other end. Find some plants to play with, a pet maybe, have smoke a little weed, and maybe
Florida, baby.
A book. Something I don't know about you guys, but I used to read books, like real books. And
books make me sleep.
Real ones.
They do. They help me sleep too, but they also sometimes I'll find myself getting into a really good part.
I have read a few good books, but they still make me sleep.
I like fantasy fiction. I want that shit to take me out of reality.
Yep,
I do not want to be here right now. Take me away, Johnny.
Werewolves and vampires, I think.
Yeah, I actually read that. I like post-apocalyptic.
I'm a fucking nerd. So I mean,
So Jimmy, I want to talk about so you were talking about like no technology. What if instead we promoted things like a class where
oh my God,
an unplugged class or a class where you just hang out in nature without your devices and all the that would be great. Start promoting a section of your day from kids all the way up, like to where that's your nature time. I'm on nature time right now.
That would be great, but people are already doing that, and nobody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I just mean like if we could just like I want to popularize self-sustainability, that in a little bit of a connection that does popularize whatever growing and nature and everything. Because even like hunters
it was called camping or just like,
Oh, anything. Yeah. I'm all about it, man.
Roughing it. You know what I'm saying?
I like to go out
Grounding.
for weekends and dress up in 1700s clothes and not use anything invented after 1750.
Well, that's interesting and
Pretty cool.
and strange.
I actually have a whole business that's surrounded in.
Cool.
Yeah, my English teacher my science teacher when I was in middle school, he did like
Rendezvous is what they call it.
Yeah, like sensory shit where like they'd all like role play and stuff, and like I actually got to go to it and shit. It was fucking crazy.
Like reenactments.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff that happens around here where we're at, where me, Jake, and Waylon is at, they call it Rendezvous Living History Museum. It's an organization onto it.
That's pretty cool.
But what they do is you're not allowed to use anything invented after 1840 because that was the very start of the Industrial Revolution. And they basically get together and they camp at a location. They start their fires with flint and steel. They go hunting with flintlock rifles, stuff like that. I just with my business that's surrounded in that, I specialize in the time period between 1680 and 1750, which is pre-Revolutionary War.
For the furniture?
For my wooden bowls and hand-carved stuff, yeah.
Oh, I see. So,
no guns or nothing back then.
Right. So, there were things. There were launchables and there were some other things.
Oh, we had flintlock rifles, man.
Oh yeah, well I guess the original flintlocks they had the.
What I think our future is in taking old tech and new tech and combining the two. So using kinetic energy type items, but combining those with more futuristic. So that's why I want to make my whole setup, and I talked about it on my just regular lives and on my podcast. But what I want to do is I want to create an aquaponic system, which gives you fish, and not just fish, but there's freshwater shrimp, there's freshwater crab. I'm sure people eat turtle. There's all sorts of things you can get eventually, a bigger and bigger system. And you already have a pump. You already have a pump that's pumping water through the system. If you can add, we could probably sit here and name 10 different things that are cheap ways to get water from a low point to a high point. Hi, Valerie.
Do you know you can make a hydroelectric system that is about as big as it's about as big as 2 50-gallon drums. 2 50-gallon drums. You set in a stream and run about 30 houses.
It requires a stream, though.
It requires a stream.
That's the thing. So if you have a stream on your property, you can do that.
You can man-make a stream.
Listen, I'm not peeing down your yard all day. Now I know. I'm sure
elevated water tank.
I want to use elevated water tanks like a water tower, and I want to find ways to.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Right. So there are hydroelectric generators that you can put inside the PVC pipe itself, and bigger pipes. But I'm thinking, like, yes, some solar, yes, some wind. But I want to use things like siphoning. I want to use like thermodynamics, like with if you could get a water tank on the ground level, sitting out in the sun, that's painted black, and it's hot, right? And you have a pipe that goes up to a tank that's higher, that's not black, it's white.
Like
the water can recondense, and you have a natural.
You want to use physics.
You held on to it, and it started like boiling at the little top of the thing.
You can use solar boilers too, yeah. And I also want to burn my yard waste. I also want to make methane out of all the plant and animal waste that I can come up with.
Do you know how much the government doesn't want you to do any of these things that you're talking
Right,
about?
right.
Right. I know.
Do you understand that? Do you
First they need to buy an island.
Do you understand that is what I want you to know?
Right. So that's the point, is that we know we have answers to our problems right in front of us, but it's all about who gets a piece of the pie when it happens. Okay. Well, I have some friends
There's
here.
the government right there.
It sucks to think about it like that, though. When us as a whole can just do this, we don't. It doesn't have to be a bigger slice of the pie. It just needs to be.
Right.
This is what needs to happen. And this is what the government doesn't want. Free thinking individuals.
They shut that down.
They want you to rely on them.
There's only
I don't want you fucking rainwater.
Where people actually do.
In Florida, it is illegal to collect rainwater.
Yeah,
it is here in Pasco County where we are too.
This is just one.
I'm in Peoria. They don't give a shit.
Right, but Tazewell, we can't collect rainwater where I'm at.
They may not do anything about it, but
they do around here. They have people come around and check.
It's still
because you'll get a fine for any type of thing that's got any water sitting in it because of mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm. In other counties, they don't give a flying fuck. Your yard could be flooded. They don't care.
Not in city limits.
You know what you do about that? You just go dump fucking half-gallon diesel food and fucking in your lawn. No more mosquitoes. Hey, it's bad for the environment, but it's great for my fucking lawn, let me tell you. So they say what they want, but
oh man,
y'all, Waylon ain't here. Y'all got to be the life of the party. I'm not the life of the party. What the fuck? How are y'all doing on this Thanksgiving? How are y'all?
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about jumping off here too.
I'm gonna smoke no damn joint as soon as I can find my cat to my
Jay brought me a whole ass fucking, me and Bridget a whole fucking Thanksgiving dinner and left it on our porch.
Who did?
Jay.
I wish somebody loved me like that.
Yeah.
That's killer, man.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. Fucking pie, fucking rolls, the whole night, dude.
Damn, bro.
That's dude, awesome. Man. That dude is one good dude, man.
He really is. I can't say anything bad about that motherfucker.
Oh, me neither.
That's love right there. You know what I'm saying?
I would attack someone who did.
If somebody will make sure you eat, that's love right there. I don't care what you're saying.
Man, I can't find my remote control.
I've been fucking sick for 2 days. Ain't been able to do shit. Fucking. He's like, dude, you need to eat. It's your fucking birthday. It's Thanksgiving. Fucking eat. I'll bring you food. I'm like, all right, man.
It was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, I found it.
Hope you feel better since you're sick. But yeah, you need to eat and shit, you know?
Yeah. I ended up eating cheeseburger from a bar down the road. It's fucking gross. I'm gonna slam that guy.
I ate McDonald's for fucking Thanksgiving.
Oh man, dude!
McDonald's I wanted to.
I'm getting ready to go have me another plate, man.
Cheers, man. That's good. So. But I don't have family, so you know.
You said cheers to your McDonald's. Oh, man. Oh.
Cheers to my McDonald's. I can't see McDonald's.
I couldn't. Oh, no way.
That's literally what I had. I had fucking half a large fry and a double cheeseburger with mac sauce on it for fucking Thanksgiving. And a whole lot of these.
I I'll be on the floor. I'm trying to get to the bathroom. Oh, how to get up them stairs. I'm not gonna make it. No, fuck no. McDonald's goes right through me like acid.
Yeah, I haven't eaten McDonald's in years.
I can't see anything in the screen.
Oh man, I used to be able to say that, man, but I've been eating a little McDonald's here and there, man. I usually just get the McDouble. That's the only hamburger that tastes like a hamburger that you got.
Yeah, that's what I get. I get it with mac sauce on it, but it's not that I wanted fucking McDonald's. Like I really didn't want McDonald's. That was the only
Right.
fucking place that was open.
Right.
It literally was the only fucking place that was open.
I live
So
in
was like,
Atlanta.
fucking,
Chinese
starving.
restaurants, man. There's
Yeah, I had
always
Chinese the other night.
a Chinese joint open over
I had
here.
Chinese the other night, and I got soup. And then fucking, I was so hungry when I got it. Like I burnt the fuck out of my damn tongue eating the soup. And like 3 days later, my fucking tongue's still like scorched. And I'm like, fuck, man, this shit hurts me.
Matter of fact, last year on Thanksgiving and Christmas, me and my mom went to Thanksgiving, went to Chinese.
Chinese is worse on my belly than fucking McDonald's is.
Well, I got like an iron stomach, so I could like eat anything. It doesn't even fucking matter. But
Taco Bell. Oh my god.
I ain't Taco Bell too. I like chicken from Taco Bell. I don't like the beef too much, but like I'll fuck up the chalupas, the chicken chalupas. They're expensive as a motherfucker. They're fucking expensive. I think I was in front. I was behind this lady in line, and I heard her order like fucking 3 different damn orders, and her shit came to like $21 or some shit, right? And I'm like, damn, man, that's a pretty good deal. She had like fucking all kinds of shit. Anyway, I pull up there. I'm like, can I get a number 6? You know, and pretty much that's it. And it was like $15. I'm like,
Right.
I got one. I got fucking 2 chalupas and a fucking taco. Come on, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, drink.
Dude, that chalupa box
drink.
like
I'm not gonna drink.
used to be $5.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. I'm like, this shit's ridiculous. It's because I want chicken. Like, it's something that they decently have. Not your dog food or whatever they say they're tacos, but
extra taco.
Yeah. That's some dog food with some lettuce on it, some crunchy water on it. Here you go. Only reason I go there is because I get it. I'd be like, just give me a whole bag full of fucking Diablo sauce. That's all I want.
We got a joint over here called Taco John's. I go there way more than Taco Bell.
We got all kinds of taco places around here. There's who was pretty good. Well, I live by the beach, so there's like a lot of seafood taco places.
So I'll be right back. Duke just had an episode. I just had to resuscitate him, and my friend's here. So, give me.
Hey, no problem, man.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
thanks for.
I think I'm gonna head out. So
yeah,
I'll
just
talk to you
get
later.
off, man.
Okay, you guys out of here. I can't even
Talk
hear
to you
you
later,
right now.
buddy.
Hang on a
Yeah.
sec.
Sorry, man.
Why is this not working?
Well, take care, Duke, bro. I will talk to you later.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna hop out of here too. Thanks
man.
for everybody for stopping by.
Hope everything's all right.
Yeah, he's starting to seem okay for a minute, but may not hold out. So,
Check
thank
out.
you. Thanks, Jennifer.
Love.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate
Love
it.
you, brother.
Peace out, everybody.